everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new here, it's lovely to have you and I hope you choose to stick around and subscribe. It's completely free, it just means I pop up in your subscription box every time I upload a new video. There's no pressure to watch every single one and you can dip in and out as and when you please. On to today's video, and it is part 2 of our Q&A that me and Ash did, all about parenting, our first year of having Nelly. Yeah, a little bit of an eye-opener. I hope you enjoy it. I have tried to edit it down as much as I can. We had over 2 hours worth of footage. So yeah, I have tried, but apologies that it has had to be split up into 2 parts because we rambled quite a lot. There was a lot going on in the first year of parenting. I also wanted to just pop on as well and say thank you so much for everybody's well wishes and messages on the post that I put up saying that I was taking a little break. As I mentioned, I am absolutely fine. I just wanted to focus on other things for a few weeks and I feel pretty good about it. And it's just been nice to enjoy the lovely weather that we've been having. Who knew that sunshine was there? Yeah, and just do a few bits in the garden, do a few things around the house, and yeah, I filmed little bits here and there, so don't panic. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this video anyway, and I will see you in the next one. Do you have any favourite bonding moments with her, like cuddling or reading together?
Yes, I enjoy it when her eyes shut, she goes to sleep.
That is a very good moment.
No, again, this.
I do, but it's a double-edged sword.
I've got plenty, but it's like, it's just silly things. Like just to have, say, half hour or an hour in the morning. Because she's more of a morning baby.
Oh yeah, she's lovely in the morning. It's
like,
when she lies on the cot and just goes, oh.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like a Nessa, because she's grown up watching Gavin and Stacey, let's face it.
Yeah.
She watches Gavin and Stacey a couple times a month. And it's just the way she lies there and goes, oh.
Yeah, but no, it's, like for me though, yeah, it's more like that. Like my favourite moments are just when I can spend some time with her where she's not tired or grouchy or like
she's
whingy.
Happy. She's been very whingy lately, and I think she's teething again.
It's just a constant.
Mine for me, because obviously I've always been a bit upset that she's not really a cuddly person. The only person she cuddles is your sister.
Yeah.
Like that's the only person she'll ever cuddle into. I mean, she cuddled into your mum, I think once, or twice. And she used to cuddle in with your dad when they used to like feed her and stuff. Yeah. Feed her even and stuff. But overall, she's not ever been a cuddly baby, has she? To be fair.
No, she don't really do cuddles.
So I think for me, mine was the morning after we got back from A&E.
Yeah.
Where, or like, it was either that morning or the day after.
Yeah, you had cuddles.
And I remember being on the sofa and I put on super simple songs on YouTube, but I had it on quietly and the lights down low. And she cuddled into me to watch it, and then she fell asleep, and she was like cuddled into me like asleep for like 5 hours.
Actually, yeah, that's probably one actually you saying that I really liked was up there, where she was like screaming and screaming and screaming in like the cot. And she fell asleep on me, and I was like, how do I get her from here to there? Because I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, because that's the thing. When it was her Moses basket, you could put her in when she was asleep, but putting her in the cot, she knows.
Yeah, it's because she after feeling and falling.
Yeah.
Because it's so.
Even when you do all the things where they say like keep her close to your chest, because of the size of the cot and because of the bars.
Yeah, you
can't do that. Like I reckon I've broken a rib trying to get her in the cot. Because I'm so short, or like I generally do, because I'm so short. Like my ribs are leaning against the bar.
Thanks for that.
Well, you should have looked where you were going. Which moment from her first year still brings a tear to your eye when you think about it?
Nothing.
Like in a good or bad way?
Yeah, nothing. Nothing's made me cry.
Nothing?
No. I'm not saying I'm not like emotional. Or anything,
I think for me,
nothing has. Not like that.
Yeah.
Good or bad, good or bad.
I don't know. You were a bit teary the first time you watched your dad hold Nelly.
Yeah.
I was watching you, and you were a bit teary, like when you saw your parents with your daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. We'll go with that, they get it.
Mine, I had a few. Mine was obviously like Nan waving to Nelly through the video.
Yeah.
Which obviously, I think also
Yeah, but in a
Nan's
nice way.
funeral, just purely because of how well behaved she was, like with everyone. It was like part and parcel, wasn't it?
Mm.
Even at the wake, it was like everybody got to hold her, and like she was making everybody happy, and
she was really well behaved.
She was really well behaved at her first wedding and her first funeral.
Yeah.
I just hope she's as well behaved at Ellie's wedding. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, Ellie.
Yeah, sorry, Ellie, in advance. We'll try. We'll try. I promise.
I'm in charge of her that day.
And also, I think not so much Mum, but Dad holding Nelly for the first time, because I'd never seen Dad hold a baby. Like, there's no photo. I don't think I've got a photo of like Dad holding me, for example. So like I'd never.
I just thought, sorry.
I'd never seen it. Oh gosh.
The reason I'm laughing there is because I'm thinking of Midlands, where like we left Nelly with him.
We all went to have a shower and left Nelly with Dad, and come back and all hell had let loose and she was screaming, and then she shit all up his bed. He was not happy, Benny, that day, because we'd all left and she was just screaming, and he didn't know what to do with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she shit everywhere. Yeah. I don't think he's ever forgiven me for that. That was the first thing he said when I took Nelly into his new camper van. He said no shitting on the bed. What are the little things she does that makes you feel like time is flying by too quickly?
Talk. And try and walk.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, like, although...
That's like the last step in a nice way of her being baby to toddler, you know, like, isn't it?
Like, I know I say we live like a busy lifestyle, but it's just because we're always doing something.
Yeah.
But, like, it literally feels like yesterday she was like, yay big.
Yeah.
Not a pea.
I remember, like, obviously the camera can't see, but I'm sat up here cross-legged, and I remember being cross-legged on the floor in the flat, and her fitting, like, between my legs whilst I was pumping, because she didn't want to be put down.
But yeah, like, the things of just time moving too fast. Like, yeah, just everything.
Yeah.
Like...
I think for me it's the little things. It's like when you give her a book and she'll actively just turn the pages and look and go, ooh. Like the things like that. I'm like, that's
it's like
a child, like, that's not a baby, that's a child.
Yeah. And then, like, just the more recent things is like click the last, say...
Since Christmas.
12 months into place.
Yeah.
Like,
since Christmas she's a child, she's not a baby.
Although days feel very long.
Yeah.
Because they do. And some days feel very, very long. But...
yeah, some days I go to bed and leave you down there.
I know, but surprisingly, it's gone very, very fast.
It has.
I mean, that's over a year already. You could say that's 2 years since we found out, and that is...
well, yeah, because I'll be 31 in like a matter of a couple months.
I know.
And we conceived on my birthday when I was 29.
Yeah.
Was I 29? Yeah, I was 29. So yeah, it has gone fast.
I benchmarked at 30. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Who knows what 31 is going to hold? What's the most valuable piece of advice you would give to new parents based on your first year? Please don't say don't do it, because it's a little bit late.
This is going to be an honest approach of advice I give someone. I would imagine now, yeah, they would have had their little one, but Nelly was about 4 or 5 months old, and my best bit of advice I give to him bit I told him, which is really reluctant, is anything you've got planned, do it now, because you will not have the time to do it how he thought he would.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You can still do things, but it's just very, very different.
Yeah, and that was the best bit of advice I think I could give somebody is you can still do stuff, but it's very different to how you're going to imagine you doing stuff. Like,
even like the shows, for example, we were very lucky. I think that Mum and Dad came along to a lot of them, if not all of them.
Give us a bit of respite.
Which meant that Mum was quite happy looking after Nelly.
Yeah.
With it being like her first grandchild.
Yeah.
Which meant that we could have a little bit of normality.
Yeah.
But it was like tank fest. I couldn't really leave her because she was in that stage of she didn't want anyone but me. So, bar like a couple of photos that had too many heads in that I didn't post, like I didn't really do anything. Like I effectively paid the privilege of sitting on a grassy bank and getting dusty.
Yeah.
Which I still can't get over that they charged me for Nelly. She was asleep the whole day.
Really?
They still charged me for it.
And as well, the other bit of advice I would give anybody as well is don't be scared. Although it's very scary. And
it's a scary thing.
And it is a scary ordeal, but don't be.
And I think babies pick up if you're scared.
Yeah.
The more relaxed you are, I think, the more calmer they are.
Yeah.
Or maybe we just had a calm baby. Who knows?
And as we were saying the other day, your what's the thing? What do you call it? Where you just don't care anymore.
Your tolerance of other people's shit.
Yeah. Like Like I now finish work, and that's like a prime example. Like I take off my overalls at work, which don't really do anything, to be fair. And I don't care if I've got to go in to a shop.
Yeah.
Or anything. I don't care anymore. Whereas before, I'd try and like at least be clean to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm just like I finished work for the day. I just want to go home. Surprisingly, see the whinge bag. But yeah, like that's the one thing as well.
You've got coming a bit in shot. You're getting further and further away.
I know. But yeah, and then that's just like another thing that I find as well. Like it doesn't matter what someone else thinks. You do what you do.
Yeah, I think that's very.
I mean, like the typical baby screaming in the middle of a crowd.
It doesn't bother me.
So be it. And I thought that'd be one thing that I'd hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly, I couldn't really.
Yeah, it's like when we were at Trago the other day. Nelly had like a meltdown because she didn't want to go back in her pushchair. And like, people were probably looking at me, but I just didn't see it and I just didn't care. It's none of their business. I know that she's alright. She's just overly tired at that point.
Yeah. And the other thing as well, a bit of advice which I need to like incorporate myself, is surprisingly you can't blame everyone else just because you want an easy life. I know.
Good job you're sat
I
down.
know.
Please don't put your legs any wider.
But I'm only saying that for the beneficiary of the tape.
I think my bit of advice would be to enjoy it and to know that it's all just like little chapters in a book.
Yeah.
Because like the newborn stage, yes, it's difficult, and I know everyone says it, but it's difficult, but it soon goes.
Yeah.
Like they're soon no longer a newborn, and then like the stage of like post newborn, like just as a baby, and then like the weaning stage. And I think it's just that thing, you've just got to enjoy that moment because they're not going to be like that particular moment for long. It's like I know her whingy status, she's not going to be like that, hopefully, for too long. It's like her refusing to eat. Fingers crossed she's not like that for much longer, but for now it just is what it is, and you've just got to find those little moments of joy, I think. Yeah. In everything.
Yeah, and the other thing as well, thinking about it is advice I was given by an old work friend as well, is just be there. Don't worry about certain bills. Yeah. Don't worry about working yourself into a grave. Like sometimes it's just do what you need to do.
Yeah.
which I sort of stand by. Although, yes,
Although he doesn't live by it.
well, no, I try to, but there's you've still got to make ends meet.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But once I've done that, I'm quite free reign now.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I would have been a bit like, no, I'm working.
Yeah.
But that's one thing as well. I would say is like, while you've got a chance to see him grow up, do it.
And I think as well, touch and like in a similar way, if there's things that you want to do with your newborn or whatever,
do it.
Like, I really regret not getting the plate done that we said we were going to get done, and then we just never got round to it. And then all of a sudden she was too much of a handful, because you're not going to get a plate with her feet on now, because it's just not going to happen. So yeah, like, do the things like that. Like, I'm glad that we did the like little mini photo shoots. Like, I've got a Easter one in which she's screaming. I've got a Halloween one in which she's screaming, and I've got a Christmas one in which she's eating the Christmas lights. But I've got those memories, which I think is quite nice.
Yeah. And don't go paying silly money for a newborn photo shoot.
No, you can do it at home. Just get a bed sheet, use your phone,
get
a couple of props.
Yep.
Easy.
It's easy.
I mean, my prop for my thing was a 99p pack of battery operated fairy lights. And I don't even know what you call it, a little whizzy wand that lit up, like for the Christmas one.
Can you call it that?
You know that one with the sound? I don't know what you call them. Like, I always know them as carnival toys, but they're not. Like, for Joe Public, they might not know what a Somerset carnival is. But I don't know what you would call it.
I don't know. It's a light thing that spins round.
Yeah.
I
don't know what you call it either.
Tangerine. I don't know.
How has your parenting styles evolved over the past year?
How's it evolved?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't a parent before.
But has it changed over the year?
I would say it's changed quite a lot.
But has it changed, like, in maybe thoughts of what you thought you'd be like versus what you are? Or, like, has it changed over the course of the year? I think I've got more relaxed with certain things. Like, if she's having a whinge, I'm just happy to let her have a whinge and lie on the floor and kick and scream. Because, like, it was, I can't remember what it was that she was doing earlier, and you were, like, starting to get worked up, and I was like, just pick your battles and just let her do what she wants to do.
Yeah. I'm battling a lot of tiredness.
Yeah, but I just mean, I think, like, we've just both come to accept that sometimes
just leave it at.
Yeah, I did see that quote, and I sent it to you, didn't I, where it said something about if it's not hurting them or harming them or someone else, if it's just inconvenient, then just leave them be, to do it within reason.
The thing I find, actually, you saying that, the thing I do find that's changed from day one to now is I realise that she's not made of glass.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a wicked way to her.
You think so when they're newborn.
But yeah, like when I'm throwing her about, like on the sofa or bed, like it doesn't matter.
No, and that's just like,
well, it does, but like
playtime, and it's gentle anyway.
Whereas like
it's not
12 months ago, like you can tell by the picture of me changing her nappy
in the hospital. Yeah.
I'm like
you're
this.
like this. Oh my god, I'm afraid. I couldn't change her, could I? To start with.
Whereas like now,
I just was so frightened I'd hurt her.
Like we're uploading another video of playtime, should we say? If you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, she's well. But it's even just like, not even the playtime that you have, but it's the fact she's not breakable. Like, she's got no fear, and she'll try and dive off the sofa, or like she'll do things and you think, God, that's got to work. But she just carries on. But yeah, if you were to do that yourself, you'd probably bring tears to your own eyes.
I do.
What are you most excited for as she grows in the coming year? I'm really looking forward to her toddling, hopefully soon, so that she can wear her Sully suit and toddle around with her little tail wiggling, because I think that will just look so cute.
I'm just looking forward to her being a bit more like with it.
Yeah, and community.
Yeah, a bit more like she can tell us if there's something wrong, or she can tell us what's interesting her. Because,
Yeah.
like, you say try showing her stuff now, and although she looks and she acknowledges it, but you don't know in what way she's acknowledging it. That's what I can't wait for, is maybe just
maybe a bit more understanding.
A little bit, yeah, more like grown-upness in a way. Not wishing time away, but that's one thing I can't wait for, is just a bit more.
And just having like a little conversation with her.
Yeah, like the next
step. That's more
step.
than one word.
Or like if I ask her if she's like okay, she don't just smile and go ooh.
Yeah.
You know.
Or cry.
Yeah, or cry.
Yeah.
Or throw a ball at me, or.
Oh, she threw a blooming mobile phone. You know that little VTech mobile phone. She threw that at my face earlier.
She's throwing a ball pit balls at me earlier.
Yeah. That was something we taught her 2 days ago, and I'm already regretting it.
Oh, no.
How do you plan to celebrate her first birthday, and why is it so special for your family? Well, obviously we already celebrated.
Wow, we managed to have the entire close family here with her.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
We planned it so that her actual birthday was just us as a family, because I think that was important to have like a family day out.
Yeah.
And then have like a family party.
Yeah.
Like on another day.
Yeah, we sort of said that originally, because like Christmases and Easters and all blah blah blahs have always been
with everybody,
with everyone, or here or there. Whereas we just wanted a day. It was just like us,
do something for us, yeah,
sort of thing. So
I think it worked out quite well as well.
Yeah, she slept well.
She did sleep well, to be fair. And then we all got ill, and that was the end of our happy lives.
I'm still ill. And we are now halfway through February. 3 weeks ago.
It just lingers with you.
I had a sore throat, and now I've still got a sore throat and a runny nose, and it will not go away.
What are some hopes or dreams you have for her as she enters her second year? I personally would like her to become a little bit more confident, because she's very, very shy when it comes to people. She's still in that stage of like, if someone talks to her, like we were in Matalan last week, the week before, and somebody spoke to her and she just burst out screaming like they were trying to murder her.
Yeah, I still blame that woman though from before, that really weird woman.
Yeah, she was creepy.
I blame her, but no, like my grown up response is what I've always said, and I would always stand by this. I just wanted to be a kid and enjoy it.
Yeah, happy and healthy, and
just enjoy being a child.
I would like her to be a bit more confident, just because I think she would enjoy it. Not even necessarily with people though. Like, I feel like if she was a bit more confident in herself sometimes, that she can do stuff. Yeah. Because I think she shies away from it, thinking I can't do it. When
the hardest thing as well is that she always tries to do stuff where she can't do it. Yeah. So we have to intervene and stop her, which is just the luck of the draw. We can't help it, but
no. Looking back, is there anything you wish you had done differently during her first year? Like, obviously I touched on the paternity leave situation and missing out on getting her footprints done and stuff.
I don't know.
Well, I don't think so.
I don't think there is, because there's no right or wrong. Part
of me wishes maybe I'd done baby groups. Like, now looking back, I wish I'd done baby groups, because I feel like it's now potentially harder to go to those groups. Like, there's not as many for a 1-year-old as what there is for a young baby. Like, from a social aspect, sometimes like the lady that comes to collect her milk, like we were having a good chinwag out like on the porch for a good 5 minutes, and I was just like, oh, this must be what it's like to have like mum friends in a way. Like, from that side maybe, but I don't think we're missing out or anything. No. But I just think that, like, as a 1-year-old, there's not as many groups and things to do. They're either tailored at like 2 and above, or like 18 months and above, or like under 12 months. That like 12 months to 18 months, there just seems to be a gap. Yeah.
No, I don't think there is.
I think we did pretty well, and I think.
Thing is though, like on my side of things, it's fairly easy. Yeah. Because like bless you. Like the normal 9.
Hello, neighbour.
Should we say 9 to 5 role of
Yeah.
a parent, and I'm at work.
Yeah.
Like my routine outside of work with Nelly is quite. It's not easy, but the routine is easy. It's come home.
Yeah, you've got the steps, so you know exactly what you're doing.
Like come home, just drag my heels in a way for like an hour with her. Then it's tea time. Then it's bath time. Then it's get ready for bedtime. And then it's keep fingers crossed. She stays down.
Nobody wakes her up.
Yeah.
With their sneezes, coughs, coughs and bangs.
And like in the mornings, I'm already gone by the time she's awake. So I don't have that worry. Like not worry, but I don't have that to think of. Which
that's very true.
If I could change a lot of things, I would love to boost my hours around. Be really so sociable.
Sorry to interrupt.
But no, I don't think there is.
I think there's something major. I think there's something major that I've just thought about that I think I would do differently. Not like unfollow people, but take it more with a pinch of salt. Like in terms of social media, because obviously there's two people that I follow that one has a little boy that's 2 weeks older than Nelly, and one has a little girl that's a month younger than Nelly, and I think I compared and I stressed myself out quite a bit, more so like months and months ago. Like I don't do it so much now. I know I'm just on my own path, and Nelly's however she'll be. I think
a bit of a mood on that one, didn't I?
I think I stressed myself out, so I'd probably say maybe that actually. Just like still watch it and enjoy their content.
Yeah.
Because in a nice way, my vlogs portray that like life with Nelly sometimes is all sunshine and roses. Obviously I complain and I moan and God knows what else, and I, explain different bits, but I think I'm guilty of portraying it. Like if you were to look on my Instagram, for example, compared to my YouTube, it shows a very different light because I only show the highlights on there.
That's the thing. That's the thing, as I said to like yourself. And again, like you can say it now for anyone who's going to watch this. Like you only see the good bits. And I'll speak from my side of things. I want you to see. You don't see the 2 days with no sleep, full on crying. And
that's just me.
And it, like the end of that, it's just like your head's crushing, and you just think, well, I need a break.
Yeah.
You don't see that bit.
No, it's like I didn't film, for example, like I missed out on a weekly vlog last week, but the reality of it was like I reached my breaking point to the point I was sat out in the garden, -2 in my pajamas, because I just couldn't bear to be in there listening to her scream because I just couldn't cope anymore.
Yeah.
Like that was never going to be shown.
Yeah.
In a video.
Which is one of the things as a partner who I don't deal with like your vlogs and all that because it's like yes I'm on some of them and blah blah blah, but it's
the only bit I think that you deal with it in the sense is we agreed on certain things wouldn't be shown.
Yeah.
Like it's very rare that obviously you would see her in her vest, or it's very rare that you would see her eat and things like that, because
it's just
it can be taken in like screenshots can be taken in the wrong way and stuff, so we just agreed that it would be very rare for you to see anything like those. The exception was her birthday vlog with her cake. That was pretty much really one of the only times.
But like I like to take like the realistic approach, and like I understand it. Like we the same as others are only going to show you the good, and but there is three to the story of there is the good, but there's also the bad, and there's also the ugly.
Very ugly.
And I do think it's one thing I've seen firsthand with like yourself, and a lot of people I think do need to realise.
Stop rubbing your feet because it'll pick up on the camera.
That when you show say 100% of a good story, it does impact others. To think, hang on, I'm failing at doing this. This isn't going right. Whereas I think sometimes you do need to maybe not video it, but just explain like, all right, I've had a bad day today.
Yeah, which to be fair, I do try and.
Yeah, so other people can see
you keep it not real, like, don't you?
Yeah, it's not all sunshines and rainbows, because it's not. No. Yes, it's very good, and life is got its experiences, but
there's days when the bad outweighs the good.
Yeah.
Like, as bad as that sounds, there are days.
yeah,
Like, whether it's when all them, like, there was like a crossover day, like, or two, where all three of us were ill, and it
Yeah.
was like, who does what? Because Nelly still needs looking after.
Yeah.
She was an extra handful because she was ill, but we both felt like death.
Yeah.
And it's like bits like that. Sometimes the bad does outweigh the good.
It does, yeah.
Like, as horrible as that sounds. How do you feel watching her grow and change so quickly?
I feel old.
I feel old.
I feel old, and
I think it's different for me as well. Because it's not even just watching her grow and change quickly. I feel like it's... I'm guessing they're watching football. I really hope that language did not come up in the camera. But I feel like as well, like, it's me constantly growing and changing as well. Obviously learning to become a mum.
Yeah.
And, you know, be the primary caregiver, if you like. But also, like, I've gone from being a pregnant woman to then postpartum, and that journey in itself is very, very different. Even just things like I showed earlier on, my hair, or like learning to style the body that I now have, and not even just the body I have, but the lifestyle I have. Like, I used to wear a lot of like strapless things, which with Nelly is just never going to be practical because she's just going to flash me all the time. Like, things like that. I think it's that everything changes so quickly.
Yeah.
As a whole.
I just find that I've got more mature adult hatred for different things.
I've got more road rage, I'll give you that.
Because like she's getting older and it's going quickly. Like the silly things, you know? That's the thing I find in it.
I've got a rage in me that I never knew I had. Like, we were at Trago and some woman barged me and Nelly out the way, and like I was so close to biting her head off.
Yeah.
But at that moment I was like, do you know what, sometimes it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
But if she'd have barged Nelly more, it was me that she barged, but I think if it had affected Nelly in any way, like the claws just come out and I snap, which is never like me. But in terms of like well, it's not, is it?
Say what?
I wouldn't have said boo to a goose before Nelly.
No, you're going to chase it around the field. Shit. Alright.
Oh no, they're going to the pub. It's Friday night, isn't it? It's their turn to host.
Wow.
Pre-drinks, that's what it is, because they're all in there drinking, I can hear them.
Oh, good on them. Perhaps they can flag off down the pub.
That's right. We've got this until 10 or 11, depending on what time the little babies go out for their pub crawl.
Oh, yeah. I remember my first time being 10 as well.
But yeah, in terms of like watching her grow and how it changes so quickly, I think it's scary, and I think the bit that makes me feel old is that she changes daily at the minute. Like, I feel like newborn to 3 months she changed like daily, like she just looked different every single day. And then from like 3 months to like 9-10 months, she was obviously changing and learning and things like that, but not as much. And then like while we were doing Vlogmas, she just learned everything she could possibly learn.
Really?
Pretty much.
Really?
Like at the start of Vlogmas she couldn't crawl.
No.
Now she crawls, climbs up,
tries to walk,
and like yesterday and today she's been pulling herself up on me to that really put me off then, to like stand up, and like we were stood in the kitchen and she just held my hand, just one hand, and balanced the rest of the time for a good like few minutes. And like even today she's learnt to open my kitchen cupboards and pull everything out. which is another whole issue because I need to get catches for the cupboards now.
Yeah, hold that thought. What I would like to add is the noise you can hear is from someone that fully understands that I've got a 13-month-old asleep, just like that. And then people wonder why people like me snap one day and become the bad person. Continue.
To be fair, they're just really loud anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, there's no need for it. Fuck off down the pub.
Shh. No language. Flip off down the pub. But yeah, we're lucky, I think, in the sense that thankfully it's one in every 6 or 7, and that they seem to rotate where they go, but it doesn't make it any easier, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm up for working for 4:30.
Exactly.
And that.
Last couple of questions.
Yeah, cool.
What's the best thing about being parents to Nelly? I love her sass.
What's the best thing? The best thing is that's my daughter.
Yeah, there's no other feeling like that. That's ours.
Yeah,
I feel like she's got the good out of both of us.
Like that is the one that ends all. She's us.
Yeah, I just love her sass. And the thing is, I know you were a handful when you were younger,
Apparently.
but I was an angel, and I got my sass when I was about. They've woken her up.
Sorry, can you just say that for the benefit of tape again?
They've woken her
They've
up.
woken her up.
Please go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Yeah, I got my sass when I was. She has laid down.
Mm-hmm.
I got my sass when I was about 9 or 10. But she's got her sass now. She is so sassy.
Yeah.
And I love it.
This would be it now for the next half hour. My eyes will be glued to that screen.
Well, no, this is the life of parents. She can't sleep with her ass that high in the air, surely.
No, this is normally what she does before she wakes up screaming.
Yeah, we'll try it. Anyway, last question. What's one piece of parenting wisdom you've gained from this year that you'll carry with you? That if they don't want to sleep, they're not going to sleep.
Parenting wisdom.
And if they're woken up by a noise, they're awake for the next 3 hours.
My parenting wisdom is...
You've never known so many noises in your life. Because you do, you hear everything, every car door.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is the right video to say this one, but it's like as I was saying to you the other night, it gets to a point around 8, half 8, 9. I'm not going to say late, I'm not going to say stupidly early, where letting her be in bed, me and you would just be chilling out doing whatever we're doing, and you just want to chill and switch off. And you can. Because there is a noise from somewhere, which is very loud.
Yeah, it's not even necessarily always neighbours, is it? It can be a car driving past, a helicopter going over.
Yeah, and there's always somewhere.
It's the noises you never heard before, you didn't take any notice of. Like the train hooter went off the other night and woke her up.
Yeah.
I've known the train's there, but I've never thought of them as being loud.
Or you'll put a cup down a little bit too.
Or you trip over a door frame.
Yeah, and it's like that instant thing of...
The best one is when you go up to bed and someone creaks the floorboards because they forget they've got to do an extra wide step.
But yeah, it's surprising. That's the one thing of wisdom I would take is it wisdom?
I don't know. But you're on that tangent anyway.
But it's just noise. I hate noise.
Yeah. I think you just pick up on the things that you never noticed before.
Yeah.
And I think you've got to just accept it.
Yeah. I can't wait for when she's older.
When she goes in a deep sleep and that's that.
Well, not so much that, but when... How do I put it? When she's asleep at home, you can go to sleep and switch off and just know she's okay.
I don't know if I'd ever get to that
You
step.
know? You know what
Maybe that's just like a difference between a mum and a dad. I don't think I...
No, I don't mean necessarily like switching off from everything, but what I mean is say now, right, with politely, because, you know, it is before 10 even, so, you know, you can't blame anybody.
No.
The noise is around. Right now, it's a thing of, are they going to wake her up? Am I going to be up for the next 4 hours? Blah, blah, blah. But I can't wait for the point where she's of an age where I don't have to worry if she gets woke up.
Yeah.
I
No, I
can
get
just
what you're saying.
switch off from it and just think, you know what, it is what it is.
But I think that is the difference between a mother and a father, necessarily, because obviously we touched on it earlier that I can't sleep. You know, I catnap because I can't sleep. I wake up when the white noise goes off after like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
To put it back on.
I'm the one who falls asleep with a white noise next to me.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I would say one wisdom, or one thing that I've taken away from it, is the things that you implement as part of bedtime, like which you might implement from an early age. You've got to really think, can you sustain it? Because I can't sleep now without the white noise, but there's going to become a point where Nelly doesn't need the white noise anymore, and I'm going to end up plugging it in just to my bed because I can't now sleep without it because I've had over a year with it in my ear all night.
Yeah.
And it's the same with like the age-old argument of dummies. We chose to give her a dummy, which is fair enough, like, you know, like loads of parents do. And whilst that is great, I don't quite know how we're gonna get her away from that, because it's not that she just sleeps with a dummy. She has one in her mouth and one in each of her hands to be able to fall asleep. And I think to myself, she can't be like 10 years old and still doing that. There comes a point where they've got to go. And when you think of the time between newborn and now, and then from now to 2 years old, that's the time scale in which we've effectively got to get rid of him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good luck. But yeah. Any other wisdoms? Advice? Anything else you want to say other than noisy neighbours?
Advice? There's nothing you can advise. They're all different.
I know a piece of advice and a bit of wisdom that we're slowly learning. Don't stay up all night and watch TV.
Yeah.
/ film videos, because you might have just missed your opportunity to have your sleep. We made that mistake the other night, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were just going to bed and she just woke up.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if there is any wisdoms to it.
That sounded like a boom bomb went off there.
Possible. Like, they keep you guessing.
Yeah.
Like, no 2 nights, days are the same.
Another bit of wisdom, I would say, is don't go overboard. Not necessarily in the parenting style in a way, but don't go overboard buying stuff. Like, we haven't, to be fair. We've splurged a little bit on certain things. Like, there's a £30 singing doll over there.
Yeah.
And a birthday bear that she's frightened of. But
You're gonna keep staring at me.
it is rather creepy. But don't splurge on loads of stuff because you don't know if you're going to need it or not.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the time, second hand works just as well, and you can save that money. Like with the jumperoo.
Yeah.
Like the money we saved on the jumperoo effectively paid for the day out in Plymouth.
Oh, God,
in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
And things like that. I think it's that thing of people tell you need all these different things and you don't. Like today, Nelly was quite happily paying with an empty bottle and a breast milk storage beaker filled with rice.
Yeah.
She didn't bat an eyelid at any of her toys.
That's, mind you, you say that. That's one thing which I would say from someone who was a little bit worried, like in the start of everything about like money and stuff, is spend it where you need to spend it.
Yeah.
But like the medicines and stuff, don't wait until they're ill. Just get it in the cupboard beforehand if you can, because I think that's one
we
thing.
made that mistake with colic, didn't we?
Yeah, just get it for what it's worth. Get it.
It was like at 11:30 at night. Nowhere was open.
Yeah.
We suddenly had a colicky baby.
Yeah.
We had great water, but she was too young to be able to use it. And even though I Amazon primed it for like same day or something, it came at like 10 o'clock the next night.
Yeah.
Which was pretty pointless.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think you need to spend much.
Yeah.
At all.
And don't feel bad for stockpiling formula and stuff. Like, I'll say it because
we were guilty of that.
I mean,
Kendamil was so difficult to get hold of.
Yeah. I mean,
late last year.
Yeah, like I asked family
miles away to get it.
Yeah.
I think as well we were very much in a bubble where we were living, because the Tesco across the road had the Kendamil formula tabs, and they never really ran out because there wasn't a huge call in for it. So we were very lucky. So then when we moved, we suddenly came face to face with how big the problem really was. When you move from like a small, effectively like a village, to a larger town.
Yeah. And you can never have too many bottles.
No, the bottles.
There are some nights that have been nice just to be able to say leave 2 in like.
Just soak them in water.
Just soak them.
So that they don't go all hard and funny, because that just makes it easier to clean.
Yeah. And not have to worry about it then and there. Makes a huge difference.
I think if we were to have another one,
and it's a bit like
I
the
would
nappy
buy more
stuff.
Bottles than what we've got now.
Yeah, and it's a bit like the nappy stuff and like the changing stuff. Like we quickly realised to have like a set down here and a set up there.
Yeah, he grumbled at me. I like to point this out in the video. He grumbled at me because he said I was wasting money unnecessarily, because we could just take the change mat and the nappy caddy up with us at night, so it was there ready for the morning, or if we needed it in the night, because that is what we'd done at the flat, where there was one step to get up into the bedroom.
Yeah.
And you quickly realised after I bought it that actually it was a good idea. When at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Also pyjamas as well.
For you?
Yeah, pyjamas as well, because I like.
You were a no pyjama person.
Yeah, I was just like a boxers and it'd do. If I wake up.
That's an image for you.
Like if I woke up and I was cold, I'd get dressed and blah blah blah. But the one thing I've learned, more so like not so much now, but like 3 or 4 months ago, is when you're getting up say at 1 in the morning because she's awake, you haven't got the time, in a sense, to get
she's
dressed.
Screaming.
Like you've just got to go and deal with like her, go and get her a bowl or medicine or change a nappy or whatever it is. Yeah, you're freezing your nuts off. Which is,
you will, because you've got holes in your
like, well, yeah. Christmas only comes once a year. But that's the one thing which I've took on, is sort of preparing to wake up in silly o'clock.
I think that's the thing. When you go to sleep, you just have to have the mindset that you're going to wake up in an hour or 2 hours time.
And it's like
and then if you don't, it's a bonus.
Yeah, and it's even like silly things like putting your phone on charge. Like
the amount of times that in the early days where we didn't, and then we had to take her out for a walk around the block, because that's what we used to do rather than drive, because it was easier just to go out in the pram then, wasn't it? We used to just take her 10, 11 o'clock at night, wrapped up warm, for a walk around the block.
Yeah.
And then come back.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have your phone charged...
I was going to say, yeah, if you needed it, you were in the shit.
Yeah, and I think that really showed it to us with A&E.
Yeah.
When we took her out there, because obviously neither of us had been to bed by that point, because she was just hysterical and not herself. So we hadn't charged our phones because we hadn't been to bed. And then we were in hospital, and I think I had like 10% and you didn't have much more.
No.
And you had like people asking for updates and stuff, and you couldn't give them, because what if you need that phone?
Yeah. Yeah. And then, there's always like the tail old things in there of like keeping like the change bag topped up, ready to go.
Yeah, I failed at that mission recently. I need to sort that out.
But yeah, it's just like silly things, isn't it? Like, but it's still stuff you learn.
Yeah.
In a way, or like
I
you
think
pick up. Oh,
It's that thing of you've got to anticipate what's coming or what might be coming.
yeah.
Or like you've got to prepare for the next day. Like I now don't like going to bed with dirty bottles. Not so much now because obviously she only has a couple of bottles a day. But
It was
say
like a
4 or 5
gospel thing,
months ago,
wasn't it?
you don't go to bed with dirty bottles because you're going to end up needing them. And then if that's not done the night before, you're already playing catch up in the morning.
Yeah.
And it just has a knock-on effect. Yeah, I think that's everything, isn't it?
I think so.
Would you do it again?
Would I do
With
it?
me?
Nah.
You better pass me my pill packet then, because I'm 45 minutes late taking it.
We're going to do it again. Yeah, I'd do it again.
Would you?
Yeah.
I would.
10 years' time. Once I've been gouged. Try my hardest. Scout's honour.
I'll spit it out at you.
I don't know.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, probably.
God,
I've already signed.
For the tape.
I was going to say, like, for the tape, I've already signed up to do it again. I don't know why I'm pretending I'm not going to. I ain't got a choice. I have misses.
I'm not pregnant, by the way. That sounded like I was. You were like, I've already signed up. It's not an announcement.
She's not. I am.
No, that's a food baby. That's curry belly.
It's a baby.
Yeah. No, I would. I'd do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't imagine so.
Tomorrow.
Just stick that hand up your ass.
No, in a nice way. I'm a bridesmaid, so nothing until after then.
We both said that we wanted to enjoy Nelly. You said a year, I say 5.
Yeah. I was told you've got to wait 2 years anyway. Like they recommended 18 months to 2 years because of my C-section. So as much as that feels like a long time, I feel like it's better to be healthy and then be able to enjoy Nelly and a new one rather than cause yourself problems.
Yeah. There's one thing I will say is anyone that have had like 2 in like
2 under 2.
Yeah, 2 under 2, I take my fucking hat off because no, I don't think I could do it.
I suppose it's that thing, if you're in that moment, you've got no option, you find a way.
Yeah.
I suppose that's just how it works, but yeah. Madness.
But then like as I said, with like Nelly's arrival, like if it was to happen, I'm not afraid of it happening.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird one. It's not on the cards, but if it happens, it happens. I'm a man.
You're a man. You work.
I go to work.
You working. Yeah. Right. I think we better round this off and go to bed.
I've rounded off quite nicely.
Right. Adios.